My dear Tao brothers and sisters and Tao transmitting master and lecturers, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for the grace of heaven, the virtue of our holy teachers, to our grand senior elder Bai Shui Shendi and senior elder Bu Xiuxi Pusa. And thank you, Master, my dear Tao brothers and sisters, to give me this opportunity to make a sharing. Tonight, I would like to introduce a holy revelation called Following the Tao Community, preached by Never Resting Bodhisattva in 2018. The Holy Revelation is divided into 5 parts. It's a bit long, but we'll quickly go over the revelation and explore the meaning of each part. All right, part 1. By earnestly following the golden line, you will never go astray. Countless people will be on board and guard the supports and support the Tao community. Unfurl your grand resolution with your noble aims. Your conscience is the guidance to follow. Tao is vast, yet the truth is subtle and profound. It unveils itself through wholehearted comprehension of one's true nature. Be broad-minded by accommodating to all things. Benevolence, courage, and wisdom should arise by lighting one's spiritual lamp within. Follow the path of the great Tao community. Cultivate together with a united heart. Be virtuous and courteous. Have an aspiration for Tao and cultivate virtue accordingly. Okay, in the Chinese verses, the first word of each verse can be united into 跟随道场 in terms of following the Tao community, and the 万众一心. Millions of Tao members should share the same goal. In this part, our Never Resting Bodhisattva encouraged us to keep following the Tao community and face every hardship all together. With the golden line we hold in our hands, we will never get lost. Like we always say in the temple, 三不离, 3 never stay away. The first one, never stay away from temple, never stay away from classics. And third one, sorry, that was the second one. And third one, never stay away from Tao members. For now, I have seen so many Tao members leave the Tao community, but it's not because Tao is bad or they got unhappy in doing Tao affairs. We all get enlightened and enhanced in doing those temple affairs, but some people just disappear and never show up. Why? In the very beginning, they just planned to take a short break from temple, and then they started to feel alien to the temple. And then they don't want to come back again. Even if they want to, they would feel embarrassed to meet those old friends for being absent for a while, and embarrassed to meet new juniors they have never met before. This is a very negative loop that is very hard to overcome. Maybe some of them came back, but in my experience, I have never seen any of them come back. So the best way to avoid this is to seize the golden line and keep engaging in Tao affairs. Okay, part 2. Manifest universal love with benevolence and kindness. All-inspiring infinite harmony is to be spontaneously revealed. Avoid deviation and disruption to the system of the Tao community, and strictly observe the holy precepts. The Tao community should promote and pass on the spirit of loyalty and righteousness. 3 sections should be united into one, which is to be continued by all. Tasks given are opportunities to establish merit. When there is a task, take it as a chance to learn. Cutting and polishing are essential in the process of learning. Seize every opportunity to make yourself a heavenly vessel in the Tao community. Overcome every trial that comes to you. Turn hardships and misfortunes into blessings and gains. Take on holy missions as your duty, for the responsibility to do is both yours and mine. Loyalty and righteousness, aka 忠义精神, are the core value that our the community promotes. But how do we perform loyalty and righteousness? Let me tell you a story. In 1995, our Remember Resting Buddha was propagating Tao in Singapore, and it was a series of propagation journeys. She was about to finish the trip in Singapore and on her way to transfer the plane from Singapore to Indonesia. She got a very serious cold and almost passed out. She was sent to the hospital urgently, and the doctor said she would have to stay in the hospital for a couple of days. Our Never Resting Bodhisattva said, um, our Never Resting Bodhisattva had no way to do but to accept the advice of the doctor. And one of the Tao members said, "Dear Qianren, please take a rest and let your body recover from the illness." But our Tao members in Indonesia would be very disappointed for not seeing you in person. Our Never Resting Bodhisattva just got up from the bed and said, "Let's discharge from this hospital. We will go to Indonesia tomorrow." And doctors were very nervous about her decision and asked her to sign an agreement that if she suffers anything, will have nothing to do with the doctors and hospital. She signed immediately and said, "I'm very weak and uncomfortable. But if I show up in Indonesia, 2,000 Tao members will be very happy. I would like to sacrifice myself for their faith in Tao." She bought a ticket and left for Indonesia on the second day. Notwithstanding her resolution, she was still too weak to say anything in Indonesia. She was wearing sunglasses and the surgical mask without saying anything. She just sat in the temple and waved hand and say hi to Tao members in Indonesia. Everybody knows it is not easy for her because they know she's having a very serious illness. So Indonesia Tao members are very touched and grateful to have her in their temples. So in this story, we can learn that our never resting Bodhisattva performed 忠义, loyalty and righteousness by never leaving every Tao member alone. Even though she has now physically passed away, she is still leading us into heaven. So what do we loyal to is Tao in our conscience. And we should be righteous by doing the right thing, guided by our true nature, just like never resting Bodhisattva. Okay, part 3. It's an honor to shoulder the holy missions, aim to be saints and sages. Follow the great Tao community, never deviate from the right path of cultivation. Follow the great Tao community, elevate the Tao community to new heights. Follow the Tao community, help each and every one achieve devotion to Tao propagation. Follow the Tao community and make concerted efforts. Together, we wholeheartedly bring back the earnest brothers and hopeless sisters. Sincerely cultivate and propagate Tao for the greater good. Deepen your cultivation and faithfully contribute your efforts in Tao affairs. So, what does it feel like to follow the greatest Tao cultivator and become one of the best Tao community? It is our honor to follow Never Resting Bodhisattva, and I was very lucky to show my gratitude by performing in the 100th birthday of Never Resting Bodhisattva. And I believe you all watch it on YouTube, or some of you just participate and perform on the stage. My team was to hold 9 heavy billboards that represent 9 Tao communities in Taiwan, and they are Taipei College Section, Kaohsiung, Tainan, Yunlin, Taichung, Changhua, Taoyuan, Zhongxing, and Miaoli. Our job was very simple in the performance, which is to hold the 9 billboards and walk on the stage. But it took us 2 months to practice this part. During the performance, I see little angel classes, teenage section, college section, and society section get united to show their gratitude and remembrance to our dearest never-resting Bodhisattva. When I was holding the billboard on the stage, I feel its weight crushing my arms. Each of us represent different Tao college sections, so we need to hold it tightly. Just like you see in the picture here, and I was holding Taipei college section in the middle. That is me, but you can't see me. Because the billboard was so heavy, I just think about it. The weight of the weight of holding this billboard is heavy enough. So the weight of being responsible for each Tao section could weigh more than our imagination. If a physical billboard is heavy enough, the responsibility of Tao community must be heavier. Just like living Qigong Buddha ever said, he would undertake all our karmas just to enable us to keep Tao cultivation. The weight that our holy teacher undertakes for us could be 1,000,000,000 times more than what I experienced in that performance. And I know many of us in this online class participating in the 100th birthday of Never Resting Bodhisattva, and I saw lecturer Joseph and Monica perform with us too. Even though we are not professional performers, we still made a show and unprecedented performance across the history. Every performer and working staff are not trying to prove their skills in dancing or acting or singing, but what we do is we sincerely show our gratitude to Never Resting Bodhisattva through our performance and practices. Every group worked together in a very harmonious atmosphere, and we cheer up for each other. Sometimes we may fail to reach the perfect tempo of the music, but we would keep practicing and try all the way we can come up with. Just like Never Resting Bodhisattva always said, there's no fiery mountain that cannot be passed by. 世界上没有跨不过的火焰山。And Tao has connected us all together. Because of Never Resting Bodhisattva, many people recognize Tao community and spread love and peace all over the world. Okay, part 4. Constantly cultivate Tao with sincerity and humbleness. Tao is in you every second of the day. To fully comprehend Tao is of the utmost benefit. With mutual understanding of others, work hand in hand, offering each other support. Profoundly understand and earnestly practice Tao to manifest it. Appreciate the great Tao in your selfless devotion. Constantly self-reflect to realize your true self. Do not be attached to mundane gains and losses. Instead, remain steadfast in upholding your virtues. Restore your inherent true nature to return to the origin. Stay in the middle way without being lost or doing wrong. By truly understanding the essence, you can expound benevolence and righteousness. By realizing your origin, your virtues will then be manifested. Emulate the way of the saints and sages to avoid making indiscreet remarks. Mindfully align yourself to principles in line with eternal truth. Nurture inner virtue with the pure source of thoughts. Ergo, peace and bliss will naturally arrive. So, from my point of view, being humble is the first step to learn Tao, and most people understand virtues and good deeds, but they just don't practice. When new cultivators come to the temple and listen to Tao classes, they will feel bored because they think they have already known these virtues. However, as a true Tao cultivator, we not only like to learn, but also practice virtues. And learning virtues repeatedly helps us to change our deeds unconsciously. So, how to eradicate our pride is the most important thing to cultivate Tao. Just like the picture showed, be humble or you will be stumble. Okay, part five, I'll go faster. Embrace the Tao while on the path of reaching your goals. Stay with the middle path. Be just and impartial. Restore your true natures of theory aspirations. Moment to moment, we ought to pay heavenly grace with our deepest gratitude. Prosperously develop the framework of the Tao community. Hasten those with affinity to get on board the boat of salvation. Swiftly cultivate your mind and virtues to be an example for others, to inspire junior members to reach their holy goals. Unite wholeheartedly to help save all sentient beings. Spare no efforts, for together you can fulfill the mission. Where there is heavenly mandate, there is true Tao transmission. Aspire to gain a full comprehension with the right understanding and right perspectives. Grasp both the essence and manifestation of Tao to establish your virtues. Follow the Tao community to accumulate memory, to accumulate merits. With greater vows comes greater power to help fellow sentient beings. Being an exemplar for others stimulates, and indeed, both heaven and men will have cause for celebration. Male and female cultivators should have lofty aspirations, have a great will to help heaven and earth to save sentient beings. So in this part, the everlasting Bodhisattva tells us to have all sentient beings by propagating Tao, and we should keep following the Tao community to establish our merits and virtues. Okay, here is my conclusion for today. First one, humble is the foundation to cultivate Tao. And second one, seize the golden line. And third one, we need to take loyalty and righteousness as the most important thing. And the last one, always follow the Tao community. That's all for my presentation. For all the mistakes I've made, I beg God's and Buddha's mercy and forgiveness. Master, my dear Tao friends, and please kindly give comments and suggestions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for Brother Elvin's so wonderful sharing here today. Let's say thank you again. Thank you. So this holy revelation indicates that as a dog cultivator, we should always follow the golden eye to purify ourselves. Among those principles, being humble is always the best choice for us to follow. When you are being, when you are humbled in doing everything, you are able to transform a variety of problems, troubles into turning point of our life. Everything will become smooth if we have a humble attitude toward our life. Also, we should always promote the spirit of loyalty and righteousness because the principle of our conscience will always guide us as a way back to heaven. Here, our Tianren, non-resting Bodhisattva, mercifully show us that how to we should the principle of how to cultivate ourselves in this holy revelation. We should always be following the golden line and continue to polish ourselves together. Here, Qianren also mercifully tells us the tips about how to achieve the Buddhahood step by step. Qianren mercifully shows us the importance of following Tao community to accumulate merits and virtues. In this way, we are able to achieve Buddhahood. Tao energy permeates the Tao community and the peaceful thinking, the peaceful atmosphere will help the world become more and more calm and peace. And also we need this kind of Tao, this positive energy from Tao cultivation for it's going to help us step on the right way. So that's why Tianren always encourages us to continue our Tao cultivation. We need each other, our Tao brothers, sisters, master brothers, lecturers to help us, to support us when we are in need. So, okay, so let's say thank you to our brother Elvin again. And now